See, it's normal for 50 Cent to be in some controversy. A few times out the year, you gonna see 50 in problems with somebody. But right now, he did something foul that got people looking at him crazy right now. So if you don't know, Irv Gotti passed away, right? And they said that the man had a stroke and it caused him to pass away. But while we had the whole world mourning the man, paying respects, we had 50 Cent on some different timing. But why? See, like I said, 50 Cent a real disrespectful man. And throughout time, he done beef with basically anybody you could think of. And him and Irv Gotti just so happen to have their own problems. They real public problems from back in the day. So let's go back 20, 25 years, early 2000s, right? Back when 50 Cent and Ja Rule had their iconic beef. So it all started like this. Ja Rule ended up getting robbed back in 1999 by one of 50 Cent's peoples. They robbed him. Ja Rule found out 50 had a part to play in that. And that was really like the start of their problems, the start of their beef. But there was a problem. Guess who Ja Rule was signed to? Irv Gotti's label, Murder Inc. So when 50 started these problems with Ja, he also started these problems with Irv Gotti. But fast forward a year after the robbery, guess what happens? 50 Cent and Ja Rule end up running into each other out of the club in Atlanta. Fight broke out, tensions was high, people got to plotting. And not too long after this, they end up both being in New York. 50 at the Hit Factory studio. He recording, right? And somehow that man Ja Rule ended up getting a low. He pull up on 50. They get into this whole fight. 50 Cent end up getting stabbed. And so after he got stabbed, they start going back and forth, dropping diss tracks on each other and all that. We had Irv Gotti and Ja Rule saying that 50 had allegedly put a protective order on him. Now, that was never proven true, but it was said, and it was really trying to push that narrative that 50 was scared and that he put a protective order on him. But something else big happened in 2000. Remember, 50 Cent got shot 9 times in Queens, New York. This was everywhere. Whole world paying attention to 50 Cent. Now, 50 Cent's career would keep going up after this situation, but as time went on, we would really find out more and more about why 50 got shot and what happened from the feds. Think about it, 50 Cent just got shot 9 times and lived. Of course the feds gonna be looking into it. And the world will come to find out that a drug lord named Kenneth Supreme McGiff was involved in the situation. But not only was this drug lord involved, but also some employees from Murder Inc., Irv Gotti's record label that Ja Rule was signed to. A Billboard article on the situation from 2005 wrote this. Federal investigators believe that the crack kingpin Kenneth Supreme McGriff and employees of rap label Murder Inc. plotted to assassinate rapper 50 Cent as revenge for a song detailing McGriff's criminal past. Newly released law enforcement documents show the allegations are laid out in a previously sealed search warrant affidavit containing the routine motion filed last week by the defense attorney for Murder Inc. founder. Irv Gotti, who been charged in a racketeering case with using his chart-topping label to launder more than $1 million of McGriff's drug money. So think about it. Irv Gotti tried to get 50 Cent smoke. And 50 Cent is a troll. He gonna troll no matter the situation. We done seen it happen time and time again. Think about how much 50 Cent was trolling Diddy over the years.
He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say?
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes.
He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity.
What? I'm a nice guy.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out. No, dude, you take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
You know he loves me.
I don't think he like you.
You know he loves me.
I don't think he like you.
Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said.
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner thieves.
But all of that is to say this. 50 Cent already had a reason not to like Irv Gotti. And if we look in the recent years, them two niggas have been beefing recently. 2022, Irv Gotti was doing interviews trying to expose 50 Cent. He was claiming that 50 was a rat. Basically, Meek and 50 was getting into it. Then we had Irv Gotti coming out the cut trying to defend Meek. If you haven't seen a lot of the Meek Mill controversy over the years, he been really embarrassing himself. He done had a bad habit of proving what Drake said back in 2015 right. Oh yeah, Meek Mill got Twitter fingers. And anytime anything happens to me, he goes on Twitter and he embarrasses himself, or he says something out of pocket, or he does something crazy. Basically, Meek Mill's relationship with the hip hop space, with the world, is not really the best. And that was kind of going on back when him and 50 was getting into it. But Irv Gotti came into this picture and he had something to say. Hot New Hip Hop wrote this on the situation. On his new EP, 4 for 4, Meek Mill earned himself a new enemy as he dissed 50 Cent on the track Gave Him Hope. Predictably, 50 was quick to respond and unleash a series of ruthless memes against the rapper on Instagram. Meek soon posted a long-winded Instagram response of his own in which he tagged the Murder Inc. founder Irv Gotti and asked him, "Can y'all clarify that he told on y'all we need answers?" Gotti, a known rival of 50's, has now provided some answers, and he left a lengthy comment captured by the Shade Room on Meek Mill's post, claiming that 50 took out an order of protection against him and his brother Chris. He went on to warn Meek Mill that the damning accusations against 50 won't matter when it comes to internet beef. He believes that the current feud Meek Mill finds himself in is playing in the 50 hand. Gotti wrote this: "Nobody cares about the real, especially on social media. The battle you fighting is made for him. He is better at lies and bullshit than you'll ever be." And for a minute, 50 and Irv was having this whole back and forth. During 2022, they was just snapping on each other, bringing up old situations, money talk. I'm bringing up all of this just to show that even 20 years after the beef, that shit was still thriving. They still hated each other in 2022, and they was beefing in 2000. So with everything I said, it's not really a surprise that 50 was on bad timing after Irv passed away. Like I said at the start of the video, the man had a stroke, but that wasn't the first one that he had. Last year, he had a stroke and he had to walk with a cane, but the other day was the one that ended up making him pass away. And like I said, when the rest of the world was paying condolences, we had 50 Cent on Instagram cracking jokes, talking about how he's smoking on Irv Gotti. And this had the internet split. We had people saying, "Oh, this is disrespectful as hell, and you really shouldn't be talking about the dead like this, even if y'all did have problems in the past." But we had other people looking at it like, damn, y'all done seen all the beef that these two went through, all the beef and drama. And some niggas was saying if the roles was reversed and 50 would have died back then when Irv Gotti got him shot at, he probably would have celebrated. People were saying that Irv Gotti probably would have been smiling and happy. Now, me personally, I ain't with the disrespect in the dead, but this situation go a lot deeper than what a lot of people online is making it seem, and it's kind of not a surprise to me that 50 Cent would be online talking how he talked, because it is 50 Cent. Y'all gotta understand that man do not care, and I'm not defending none of his actions. I'm just speaking on how 50 be moving. But 50 disrespecting the dead wasn't the only thing he done got into over these past few days. He was also getting into it with Lil Meech, Big Meech's son. 50 Cent and Big Meech worked together over the years with the show BMF. Big Meech been locked up for years and years and years. 50 had BMF going on, putting his peoples on, and they had a relationship. 50 was helping them out. 50 Cent also had some beef with Rick Ross. Now the other day, a video popped up of Big Meech and Rick Ross working together. Basically, it was a whole welcome back concert for Big Meech because he had just got out of prison in October. And when 50 got online responding, he was mad. He was like, "Bro, I done made this TV show BMF for you while you was in jail. I've been doing all of this. I've been trying to put niggas on for you." And 50 was mad. He was like, "How you gonna hang out with the one person I'm beefing with? Like, you know I'm not cool with Rick Ross, and you gonna pop out with him on Instagram." And so 50 was mad. He was online responding, calling the man a rat, and some more shit. XXL wrote this on the situation. On Monday, February 3rd, 50 Cent shared a post on Instagram where he called Meech a rat. The post features a photo of a rat with the quote, "I think I'm Big Meech." Under it, 50 captioned the photo. The biggest mistake he ever made was not sustaining his relationship with Tammy Cowens. XXL also wrote, "Tammy Cowens is a former business partner and assistant to Meech. She also a co-producer on 50 Cent's BMF series." According to the former BMF member, Blue Da Vinci, Meech made Cowens the owner of BMF Entertainment while he was in prison in 2008. The following year, she allegedly became an FBI informant. This led to speculation that Meech might have also worked with the authorities to get out of prison in 18 years on a 30-year sentence. So we had these two niggas beefing. We had 50 Cent calling Meech a rat, then we had Meech calling 50 an internet gangster. But where we'll see all of this come to a head is when 50 Cent got on IG exposing Lil Meech and his dad. Out of the blue, 50 posted some messages with him and Lil Meech That went viral. Lil Meech texted 50 and said this. They just told me you unfollowed me off Instagram and now you managing Skilla Baby with Rocket when I brought him around you first when you didn't have a clue who he was. Now you mad at me when I take my shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only showed you love and loyalty and human. I go through my own shit, but I never switched up on you. F. Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. The internet stuff throwing me off. You know me in real life. And then 50 posted this with the caption that said, what next season, little nigga? Crazy to think about. 2 times in one day, we had the internet mad at 50 Cent. Now, what's gonna come from this Big Meech, Lil Meech situation? I have no clue, but some people online kind of defending 50, saying he wasn't wrong for posting these messages. I'm gonna just read you this tweet I seen off Twitter. Somebody on Twitter said, if you think 50 Cent wrong, please stay away from me. This man produced a whole show about him while he was in jail, hired his son, Lil Meech, to play the role who never acted before and put family in the whole family pockets. The least you can do is stay away from my op. See, like I said, 50 Cent had the whole BMF show going on for Big Meech while Big Meech was locked up. He put his son on, he was feeding families, he was giving them a steady paycheck. But then Big Meech popped out chilling with Rick Ross, doing the whole concert with Rick Ross. So I can see why 50 feels some type of way. But posting the text messages is kind of crazy. Remind me of that whole Drake situation when the nigga exposed Drake in they messages. That's kind of the time at 50 on. 50 ain't had to post these messages, but he did anyway, and it was kind of wrong to post the messages. But it ain't really a surprise to nobody that 50 was online doing some BS because it's normal for him. Now the whole Irv Gotti thing was disrespectful, like I said, and a good bit of the internet do think it's disrespectful too, but another half of the internet kind of get where 50's coming from, even though I think it's wrong. Now, is 50 gonna apologize or something like that? Probably not, because y'all know how 50 get, and I wouldn't be surprised if he kept dragging either one of the situations.